Hello, true believers and everybody. Welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers review with your boy Ranger J 1999, and that lump of poo poo over there is the Big K Cashmere. You can also check out on our Star Wars Lore with Idiots uh, show that we do. It's such a hard time. I think between Yoda, the Stick, and Mace, I'm going to murder all of you guys doing that. So, today we're reviewing, of course, Bad Batch Season 2, episode... What episode are we on?
Uh,
10? 8, 9. I think it's 9. Hold on. Lost my damn mind. I'm like, I know we did 7 and 8 last time. Yeah, it's 9. 9 called The Crossing. Had to look at that again. Now, number 9.
Fine.
9!
There we go.
And overall thoughts, I thought this was pretty decent. It had some good, I mean, it makes sense. I was kind of wondering what the title sometimes, kind of gives you an idea what's going on. But I thought it was a good episode. It really does some good stuff. So with that, we'll let Cashmere get into it. And Cash, what's going on? We just had those incredible episodes 7 and 8, which were fantastic, by the way.
Yeah,
If you have not seen a review in that, we really liked both those episodes, and how could you not?
yeah.
But this one I thought was pretty decent. Cash, take it away. We are now with the homies. No longer the 5, but the 4, because Echo is
Yeah.
now working with Rex, and they are on a mission. So where are they? Where are the boys and
So
girls headed?
apparently, Sid had purchased a mine somewhere. I didn't catch the name of the planet. It didn't look familiar,
Not that
nothing like
familiar.
that. So it's
Yeah, it's
irrelevant.
not that relevant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on a planet. It's
And
rocky.
yes, looked like the
Look like
that.
Southwest Arizona. Look like the Grand
Yes,
Canyon.
that's exactly what I was going to say. But they're there to mine Ipsum, which I wasn't too familiar with prior to this, but apparently it's very volatile. It's like
Hmm.
a liquid that they almost like take out of usually almost like a syringe out of a rock. So this is their first mission without Echo. They go find her mine. They ready to go in, and Sid had warned them about poachers. So originally it was they wanted to bring Wrecker in, and Tecker, Hunter, and Wrecker, but Hunter didn't want to leave Omega there to just kind of watch out without them, so they leave Wrecker out there. They find, I guess, wherever this rock or whatever that this Ipsum comes out of,
Yeah,
but it's in a very awkward spot, so they have to have Omega come in and help them.
Micah.
Yep. So she comes in, she helps them. They extract the ipsum, and as they're getting ready to leave, some poacher who originally kind of looked like Hondo for a second, Hondo Anaka. I thought for a
Hey,
second
it's
it
still your
was a
ship. We
Hondo
make a
sighting.
deal. Come on, it's
Yeah, I
good.
was getting a little excited, but
No,
it
this wasn't
wasn't him.
Hondo.
They never really showed him, and steals the Marauder right where Wrecker like it was parked in a weird spot. So he steals the Marauder. They get out and they're like, we got nowhere to, now we got nowhere to go.
Yeah, they have to. I think they know that there's some kind of city or starport or something, but it's
Yeah,
way the hell out
yeah.
there.
40 clicks away, Tech saw a what he thought was a spaceport, but Omega starts freaking out like, we got to get this back. We got to get back our ship. We lost Echo, and now we lost our home. So
Yeah,
that's really pretty much the theme of this episode is going to
yeah,
be Omega and coping with and dealing with losing Echo.
yeah. And they
One
did a
of
real,
her
yeah,
brothers.
such a great scene. It goes further along because some stuff happens,
Yeah,
of them trying to do their thing, which I'll let you get into. But I do want to push forward just a little bit because there was a great
yeah,
scene between Echo and Omega. And I thought this was really well done. Again, the growth of Omega, right?
yeah.
Still a little immature, but she's young. You get it, right? Echo's lost. They've lost their ship, and she's frustrated. She's has some feelings of abandonment and loss
Mm-hmm.
because you know, um, you know, when someone like family goes away, it's hard, right?
Yeah,
and she's having this thing with Echo, and she was upset with him because he's not showing any emotion or seems upset about it. And I loved Echo's response. It was really a mature response, like a soldier would have. Like, I respect their choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel what you're feeling, but I just show it in a different way, and I
Hmm.
process things differently than you, but I still feel that. And I think that was a powerful message for Omega.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What are we gonna do?" And like, "We'll do what we always do. We'll get
We'll
it
figure it
done,
out.
figure
Yeah.
it out. We always do that."
We'll finish the mission. We'll get it. Yeah, we'll take
Well,
care of
it
it.
was really a really good scene. I mean, you can get lead what leads up to it, but I just want to. That scene really was like really good. I mean, the emotion of it, everything. It's like, okay, I got it,
Yeah.
and you could see Echo showing some,
Hmm.
like
Echo,
he's
not Echo Tech.
I'm sorry, Tech. I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
Tech. I'm saying Echo the whole time. I got
Like,
Echo in
wait a
my
minute,
brain. Yep,
Echo.
Tech. I apologize,
Echo's
Tech.
gone.
But Tech, and you usually see him as the calculating,
Yeah.
very emotionless, calculating logistical, kind of
Hmm.
thing. But you see for the first time that, yeah, he does feel this stuff. He just
Yeah.
thinks about it and processes it differently. It doesn't bother him. He just goes about handling it different, and he handles it like he was raised to be a soldier.
Hmm.
Soldiers have to go do missions, and you hope for the best, but people go away. It's just something he's used to. And Mega's like, yeah, but her, her response for that was like, he's our family and he's gone. And that was the thing is and he talks about Crosshairs, like I Crosshair and Echo made choices, and you have to respect it. You may not like it, but whether you like it or not, it's their choice. So, and change is all part of life. Change happens all the time. You have to adapt to change. And if you
Hmm.
can't adapt to change, then that's not on them, that's on you. So I thought it was a really good moment in the
Yeah, and
show.
even leading up to that, at one point, he's like, um, they kind of really kind of where she becomes a teenage girl. He's like, listen, we were a unit, a team before Echo,
Yeah.
and we're going to be a team after Echo. Now that just, you know, Omega became a teenage girl. Like, I need time to myself, get away from me, and this is all before the Tech and Omega kind of sit down, really talk it out, and kind of him explaining that all to her. But
Yeah, and they
the
and I like this episode because they're a little snippy with one another because they're in this really bad circumstance and they're trying to get
mhm,
through and make it there and get to the starport. I guess is what it
yeah,
looked like, a small town starport though.
yeah,
But I think the other thing about this show is Sid, man. Sid sucks. I'm not a big fan of Sid,
yeah,
man. That really, I was like, all right, Sid. They sit there and do this for you. Obviously they're going to
mhm,
get paid, but I mean, they've had your back on more than one occasion. Said, hey, look, our ship got stolen. Blah blah blah. We need some help. Can you just send a
yeah.
ship? They're not asking. I don't think that's even a big
No,
ask.
that's not a
Just
bad
can
ask.
someone come pick us up? And she's like, well,
Yeah,
I told you to do this. I didn't tell you to get your ship stolen. They're like, listen, when you
yeah,
needed us on multiple occasions, we
yeah.
came through.
Text like, we saved your ass how many times, and start listing off a couple of
We
places,
saved your
and
bar from what's his name. We
yeah,
got you out of the debt with the other guy. And she's like, okay, it'll take me a couple of days. And then
give
she
me a
just
couple of days.
signs off. I'm like, Sid, you
Yeah, and then she
suck.
just
You know? I mean, these people, I mean, have been anytime you get them a job, they've come through, they've done it,
mhm,
they've helped you out tremendously, and that's your attitude toward
yeah,
them. I was like, Sid,
yeah,
and it makes me harken back to the episode two or three where she had the racer, and the guy warns was like, "Don't trust Sid." I'm beginning to think I don't trust
yeah.
Sid either, man. I mean, she's all
I don't,
about
I
profit and
don't.
stuff.
Yeah, and I know it didn't record. I know we got kind of screwed up when we recorded this one, but the one with the episode with Gunji,
Yeah,
I'm not going to be surprised if when the robot dude is like, "Hey, I have a good, I know a good buyer for this Wookiee." If he was not thinking of Sid for that, I'd be shocked almost at this point, because she's just not a good It's not good peeps.
She is in certain moments, but it's like this her like she has a good side to her, right? You see it through the
Mhm.
show, with her interactions and things. But I mean, there's just these moments like this. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, Sid. I mean, these guys and
Yeah.
Omega, who should be like a granddaughter to you, or
Hmm.
you know, they're doing a mission for you. I mean, your response should be, "Oh shit, okay, I got
Yeah.
you. I need some time, but I'll get there as quickly as
Yeah.
possible." Like,
Yeah. I
give
mean,
me a
like,
couple days. Like she's being put off. I was like, God
yeah.
damn, Sid. And I hope what this is doing is maybe I don't know what it is, but I hope that this leads them to make the final call to where they go do something else. Where they're like,
Yeah.
Sid, sorry, but we got to think about other things. And because they're left on this desolate planet, with
No food.
they say no food, no rations,
Yeah.
limited resource, or they have limited resources. They have limited food and rations and stuff,
Hmm.
and they're left there. And they did this mission for her to make her profit because obviously this material is worth quite a lot. I mean, just the fact that they had this stuff, I would have been sending the ship like, yeah, we'll make up the
Yeah.
profits.
And they actually, I mean, at the end, I know we didn't get all
Yeah, go
into
ahead and
every
yeah, go ahead.
detail.
Yeah, go into
Yeah,
some
but
detail.
no, it's not really a big deal about it. But at the end of the day, like her mind had like little to none of this ipsium, and when this other mine that they got kind of trapped in had a ton of it. So they actually got more from this. They poached from another mine more than they
Yeah.
would have got from her mine. So they're coming home with more of this product than she would have got. And the least she could have done is call them an Uber.
Something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, good Lord. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, Murphy's Law stuff goes wrong, but if you got a team going in
Yeah.
and they need support too, you send them in to do a mission. Hey, I get it. They're mercenaries and stuff, but I mean,
Hmm.
if they accomplish a mission but something goes wrong and you want them to be successful, I would have sent a ship as quickly as possible. Can't
Yeah.
do. I ain't got it. I ain't got a
Yeah.
ship. Like I would have been like, I'll find you a ship somehow, some way. Big bar or steel, I'll
Hmm.
get you a ship. And I was just, it really turned me off the Sid. And maybe that's intentional. Um,
Yeah. I
that
think so.
because there's at the end of the show, you see the storms are coming, these really bad storms, and you see them like, make that statement like, what are we going to do? We'll do what we always do.
Yeah. And
Right.
then Omega gives the line right back to him.
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah.
what we always
We
do.
do it. Do an Echo kind of looks on her
Yeah.
like, now you're
Tech,
getting it.
tech,
It's Tech. I
Echo's
keep saying
gone.
Echo. Oh God, you would think that I would remember that. I just get him. I miss Echo. I really liked Echo. I mean, Echo
You already
withdrawals
missed
there.
some. Come on,
Uh,
Omega. He's
I mean,
he's in a
I'm
new
thinking of
mission now.
Echo too because it was mentioned so much with Omega. I
Yeah.
keep getting, but yeah, Tech gives her like, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the attitude you got to have.
Hmm.
It's okay to be sad and stuff, but you got to persevere on.
Yes.
And I think, and this was a good transition episode. It shows the team now without Echo. Um, how they're coping and what they're dealing with, and now with all the other stuff that's going on and now where they're at. I really thought it was when they were first in trouble, Omega was like trying to reach out to Echo. And say he's
Yeah.
too far away, it's not going to work, he's not going to get the message. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
she's really. And Omega, she's a kid and she's attached. I mean, these guys are like fathers, brothers, uncles,
Hmm.
all at
Yeah.
once
They're
to her.
everything.
They're everything to her, especially for what they did to save her and stuff. And um, I really like what they're doing with Omega. I mean, you see these emotional beats and growth, and
Hmm.
she's still, she's a teenager. She's still trying to figure it out. There's times where Omega is very mature, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's growing, right? Because she's being forced to. But there's still
Hmm.
that part of her that's still a kid. She's still a kid. She's not quite reached, that maturity level that the other Bad Batch have. That was a really interesting episode because
Yeah.
I think this is going to be part one of two. Obviously, they're still on the planet. We don't know what their fate is, so we're going to be back there next week, seeing what happens to their ship and how they
Yeah.
get out of there and everything that goes on with it. So, I don't know. I thought this really set some groundwork up for some things. Sid being a piece of shit, the growth and the development of the relationship between Tech and Omega and the boys.
Hmm.
He's always had a really good childlike, because Wrecker's kind of like a kid,
Yeah.
so she's always had that. And Hunter has her best interest at heart. He's like that adulting parent that's just like, or not adulting, but
He's like the
overbearing.
dad.
He's like the overbearing dad. Yeah, he's always
Yeah.
looking out, and is very cautious with her because he views her as a kid.
Mhm.
But yeah, I really like this episode. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5 Bad Batch. I really like some of the beats here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another, if you want to say it's a filler, sure, but it's part of the overall arc of the story, which I like that they're doing. If you're going to do some kind of filler, yeah, we've had those episodes we talked about in 2 and 4 and some of
Mhm.
these other ones where it's like, okay, they're separate stories. They did have and I think what's been smart about Bad Batch is that they've had these certain character moments that are tying back into the show. We saw that in this one. And I like that they stayed on the theme. Echo's left after everything they just went through in 7 and 8. And now we're here. And what is the dynamic of these characters off one another? What is their feelings? And they did a really good job of expressing, what everybody's kind of going through and feeling right now in this crazy situation they find themselves in. And Sid, too. It really pissed me off, man. I
Mhm.
hope they shoot her in
Yeah.
the head. I was like, you can kill Sid. I don't care. Man, what the hell's that? You don't leave people behind. Yeah,
Nah.
give me 3 days.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Sid's voice, I think of some Karen in New Jersey. I need my Paul molds and some ciggies, and some bourbon. I got a little like clumped in my throat. It's
Whoa,
horrible,
whoa, whoa! Don't make fun of bourbon.
Yeah.
Don't include
No, no, I'm
bourbon
not
in
making
it.
fun of bourbon. I love bourbon. You know that. We're both drinking it right
I
now.
know.
Um, what would you give this? I'm interested to see what you thought of
I,
this.
and I'm usually very down on these type of episodes that aren't action, that aren't really moving the whole season over. But I'm dead on with you. I was giving it a 3.5. I just thought the interaction between Tech and Omega, him even like both of them just growing. Him, starting out as like this heartless, just machine to at least explaining to her why I'm like that, what my thinking, how I think about this, and then but then and softening up with doing that, and with her just being like in a sense like too emotional, like, oh, I lost everybody, I lost my my home, in a sense, with the ship, I lost Echo, one of my brothers, kind of like her hardening up a little bit also, and being like, yeah, we're
I've
gonna get
grown a
through
little
this, we're gonna
bit.
do what we always do.
Yeah, she's grown up a little bit. She's done it the
Yeah.
last couple of episodes. The
Yes.
speech she gave in episode 8, I love that little scene, with her
Mm-hmm.
with the senator. Talked about it
Yeah.
last week where she's like talking about what happened on Community and how angry she was, and then looking at the community like, why aren't you?
You.
And I was like, oh, what a great scene for Omega. It kind of reminds me, because we've always, with Dave Filoni in these series, it kind of reminds me of Ahsoka's journey. If you
Yeah.
remember how she was so hated, and a lot of people hate
Mm-hmm.
Omega, but she's going through that journey, right? That Snips had to go through. Snips had to mature over time too, Ahsoka, and he did that beautifully in Rebels, and he's doing
Mm-hmm.
the same thing in the writers and group are doing a good job of that with Omega as well. I'm really interested to see where they go with Omega. I
Yeah.
mean, she's a fascinating character. Uh, yeah, she's a kid for the kid. It's Disney, you get it, right? But I do like the emotional beats
Mm.
and the growth that we see from her characters. So I'm okay with this. I mean, if they have
Yeah.
episodes like this, like the next one is is the wrap up of this, but we get some more of these good scenes where we see the team grow, and some important, those personal moments that I think that makes, these are just as important as the action scene, right? These important beats
Mm-hmm.
that we saw like in 7 and 8, but these scenes and these episodes set up those other ones, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm interested. I'm really digging Bad Batch, because I was thinking, okay, what the hell are you gonna do after that last 2 episodes? Man, that was an incredible
Yeah.
moment, and not just for lore of Star Wars, but just overall with the Bad Batch and the clones and all this other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Christ, we had Palpatine in there. I mean,
Get Palpatine in there
not
so that we.
even doing Force stuff, just being Palpatine the
Yeah.
manipulator. Um, so it'll be interesting, because we have how many more episodes for this season?
It's a 16 episodes.
So
So what do
six
we?
more. So we'll have 10 after. So we'll have 10 next week, and that'll leave 6 more. And what are they going to do with those last 6 episodes? Where are we going to go with the Bad Batch with? What's going on with Crosshair? What's going on with
Hmm.
Cody? What's going on now with Rex and Echo? I mean, what's going to happen to the clones? There's a lot of unanswered questions. I hope that we get some good answers
Yeah.
from this show. And then what overall is the Bad Batch going to become? Right now they're just trying to
Mhm.
survive and make money and do stuff in the Outer Rim and do what they do. But yeah, I'm really curious to see where they go with this, and I hope it goes in a good direction because I hope they don't mess it up and we get some kind of wait and see kind of thing where I'm like, like really season three.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you could leave some stuff for season three, but let's get some answers on some of this stuff. I really want to know what Bad Batch's mission is going to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Where are they gonna be part of start a rebel cell, per se, and their own rebel cell,
but remember,
or
this
be
is
part of a
right
small
after
one.
episode
So
three. This is a year or two after episode three, so we're seeing the the building
yeah.
blocks of the empire, the initial stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean, the rebellion's not even a thought at this moment for some
Yeah.
people. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. So yeah, overall, good. Any final
Yep.
thoughts? I really like this one.
No, I mean, I think we pretty much said everything. We hit all the highlights of next week's episode is retrieval. I mean, I'm on board with you. I think next week's episode is going to be a continuation of this. Hopefully, it's the retrieval of their getting their ship back, their home type of thing, and getting off this planet. Or at least I want to see them go back to Sid and give her like, what the fuck are you doing leaving us there stranded like that? You couldn't have, you couldn't got to us sooner, whatever the case is. I want
Yeah,
to see some sort of confrontation or something that
me
kind
too.
of gets them away from her, because I'm done with her.
I am too. After that reaction, I was
Yeah.
like, the hell,
Yeah.
you know?
Now, question for you: is it sad that we both feel for a cartoon character that we hate a cartoon character? As two grown men, we hate this cartoon character.
No, a
I'm just saying,
character.
like that's just a testament to how good some of this writing is. That, like, I have this feeling of hating this.
You know me, I'm a
Yeah,
big anime junkie. I watch
yeah,
anime all the time. I don't care that it's anime. When I read a
mm,
book or anything, I read for when I'm watching something, a little bit different when you're reading it, but you're looking for what is the plot? What is the bad guy, and what are their intentions? And what are the characters going through? What are those emotional moments and beats? What draws me in? Like there's one I watched recently called Ranking of Kings, and it's about a mute and deaf prince by the name of Goji or Joji. It's been a while since I watched it, but I was
mm,
in after episode one because this kid wants to be the greatest king and the number one king. But you're sitting there going, he's a little guy, he's got stunted growth, he's older than his brother, who's you know, but you go through this stuff with him, these emotional moments that just your heart aches. I mean, after episode two, I was like, "Go, Goji, Joji, come on, buddy, you can do this." And I was in through the entire first season. Those kind of shows and stories where there's a uniqueness to the characters, because you get tied into the characters, but you need those emotional moments. You need those written
mhm.
moments, those scenes, those events that draw you in, where you get so tied into the character because they're so well written and they're so well rounded out that you're like, man, I got to know what happens, and you're in for it, right? And I'm starting to feel that a little bit with Bad Batch, but for the villains too. There's been some villains in
Yeah.
anime and other stuff that I watch. I'm like, yeah, f you, man, you got to go. Like you're a piece of crap. You know. Um, so yeah, I mean, not that Sid's a bad person, but she's out for herself, and I think that that came through in this episode where it's like, damn, Sid,
Yeah.
come on, just it's not a big ass. Send us a ship. Like I just couldn't believe that her response. I was like, you are, what the hell, Sid? Is this something? I there could be more to it. I don't know what's
Yeah.
up, but good lord, as much as they have done for her, that really, yeah. But I think that's good writing and that's good character
Yeah.
development. That
It is. It is.
you can have those moments. So yeah, I really enjoy that. Because if a character's a one beat character, you know, there's some cartoons or shows that that's just what it is. It is what it is, right? You're just like, okay,
Mhm.
you know, I know what this is, and I'll just enjoy it maybe for what it is. But yeah, this is much different, and I really liked it. I really like where they're going with this. So we'll see. So,
Yep.
any final
Yep.
thoughts there, Cash, before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
done.
All right, so this will go up tonight. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe on the video. Leave comments and let us know how you're feeling about these episodes. Always appreciated, whether you like it or not. It's okay. Just be cordial. Be be constructive. Someone responds and they don't like your opinion. That's okay. This is art. It's media. It's subjective. We all are gonna have different things that we enjoy or not enjoy, and if you're not enjoying it, that's okay. I get it. I mean, people are still a little 50-50 on Bad Batch, and there's been some episodes me and Cash are like, yeah. Overall like it, but these last couple of episodes have been really good. So
Mhm.
I have hope. We'll see what happens. So with that, we'll see you guys tonight when we launch this. Will be on the channels later tonight, and we'll see you next week for the conclusion of this episode. With that, salute. May the force be with you, and we'll haunt you later.